The Holloway family must feel now that this case has come to the point we are at now. A second young woman murdered. Supposed information about their own missing daughter Natalie revealed to be a hoax. Her father Dave, as I mentioned before the break, has arrived in Aruba. Craig's there. Here's his report.
Further to compound the tragedy of Stephanie Flores' death at the hands of her admitted killer is the fact that Natalie Holloway's family has had to relive the facts and circumstances of her death here in Aruba. Earlier today, her biological father, Dave Holloway, arrived to speak with prosecutors and investigators about that failed FBI sting that took place in this hotel right behind me. Earlier, I spoke with Natalie's stepdad, Jug Twitty.
Is there anything that you would have done differently as a father?
Yes. I would have opened up the trunk of Deepak's car the night we had him, the very first night. Because I honestly believe that Natalie may have been in there, or at least some of her clothes or something were in there. If I had it to do again, I would stop, make him open up that trunk, get the policeman to open up the trunk.
The Holloways and Twitties had hoped that Vander Sloot would shed some light on the fate of the teenager and finally get some sense of closure in her tragic disappearance. But now that Joran has stated that he lied to investigators in this room in the Marriott Hotel in Aruba, and Joran has killed again, the family is going through their loss all over again.
If you had the opportunity to speak with Stephanie Flores' father, what would you say to him?
I just tell him I feel his pain. I mean, this guy, like I said, Joran should have never been out there. He's a monster. He just thinks he's bigger than everybody else, and it was like Natalie, you know, and Stephanie in the wrong place at the wrong time. The one thing that family has that Beth and I don't have is they have a body, and they can, you know, they at least know what happened to Stephanie, as bad and horrible as it is, and then hopefully they know that who did it.
So if he is convicted, there is closure.
They have closure, yeah. It's a sad closure, but they have closure. I don't know that Beth and I'll ever have closure. The thing I'm concerned about now is he's in this Peruvian prison in a bad place, and I wouldn't doubt that there's some people in Aruba that would like to see him murdered inside that prison in Peru so that he doesn't, you know, try to cop a deal and say, get me out of this Peruvian prison and I'll tell you what happened in, you know, in Aruba. Because there's a lot of people that were involved in it.
Craig, let me get this straight. Is Jug saying that there are people on Aruba who are involved in the cover-up or the murder in Aruba, aside from Joran's dad?
He's saying yes to all the above. He knows that he believes there's a lot of people that know what happened. He talks specifically about the Calpo brothers, specifically Deepak, but also Paulus, who is now dead. That's Joran's dad, and his best friend, who happens to be the chief of police. So they might have a lot to lose here if Joran starts telling tales.
What kind of shape is Dave Holloway in, Craig?
Dave is in terrible shape, although I've spoken to him personally. He's just as stressed out as the day that he learned that his daughter was missing 5 years ago, he's told me. He came here, presumably to find out about the wire fraud, but he's out searching, and he's just terribly stressed out, Geraldo. Back to you.
Craig, thanks. We love and support the Holloways. We give our support to the Flores Ramirez family. Incidentally, they will be on Greta's show tomorrow night. We send both families our best wishes. We'll be right.